Looks like we're live. Very exciting. Here we go. Let's talk a little bit about how to get more eyes on your content. Now, I am just pulling up my Facebook group here, which you should be in. And if you're not, I can't imagine why you wouldn't be, so that I can see the streaming. Here we go. I like to look at the comments here better than there. So, when you tune in, say hello. Tell me you're here. I appreciate it. Say something, drop a message, drop me a line, let me know what's going on. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to get past the annoying Facebook limitation of only 5,000 friends maximum, of whom never even 10% see your content. I don't know if you know that or not, but if you got 5,000 friends, 5,000, your hottest piece of content will be lucky to be seen by 500 people. Typically, it's actually closer to 50 to maybe 100. Now, that's partly because of your content, but it's also the algorithm is restrictive. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some clever ways to work with the algorithm to get around the limitation of the 5,000 friends list. And again, say hello once you tune in. I want to see everybody. When you tune in, say hi. Just drop an emoji, say hello, do something. Let me know you're here. Okay. So here's the thing. We don't want to work against the algorithm. Not if we do business that relies on organic marketing. Or, I mean, if your purpose is to be seen by people, you don't want to try to find ways to work against the algorithm. That's taken the hard way. It's hard enough as it is, right? Because the algorithm gets restrictive. We never know for sure what's going on. Everybody thinks they know and everybody says they know, but nobody really seems to have a handle on it. So again, I see you guys are tuning in. Say hi. Drop me a line. Let me know you're here. Don't be shy. Okay, fine, whatever. So without eyes on your content, you have no organic marketing strategy. Let's be clear on that. You have a theoretical plan that it just won't work, because organic is about getting, all marketing really partially is about getting your message in front of people, and you want it to be the right people. So we're going to address a couple of ways that you can make sure it's the right people and that you can get in front of tens of thousands. I mean, in many cases, hundreds of thousands. Bridget, but I am shy. Well, Bridget, it's this game ain't for the shy. This is not a game for shy people. Marketing in general is not a game for shy people. I remember studying marketing and advertising in college, and our professor was the executive VP of marketing for Capitol Records back in the day. Now, some of you are of an age that you won't remember Capitol Records or any record companies, but Capitol was big. They were biggity big, big, big. Oh, hey, Annie. Looks like the comments are working. I do see that you left me a comment, and I'm very grateful for it. So Capitol Records, as that iconic round building in downtown LA, the guy his name was Roy, who was our professor and also the executive VP of marketing back there. I remember him saying that marketing and advertising is no place for wallflowers. Marketing and advertising is the kind of industry for people who drink too much on Friday nights, make questionable choices over the weekend, but then show up Monday, hungover or not, ready to be brilliant and creative. I loved that. Now, I don't make those kind of questionable decisions or choices anymore, but I just love that. It's a ruckus, rumpus, like it just ain't for shy people. Okay, this is not a game or an industry for shy people. Hey, Ross. Yeah, they were monster. And I got to learn from their executive VP of marketing and advertising. So if you know me at all, you know that I talk about the principles, right? You need audience, attention, interest, desire, and action. These are the things you've got to create in people. And everything else is about how. Everything else is strategic and tactical. These are the foundational principles: audience, attention, interest, desire, and action. And each one leads into the next. So knowing that audience is the first of the A's, you can see why you've got to have a big audience. You just have to. Annie says she can no longer live in shyness. She was shy, but she now knows that she can no longer live in shyness. Very good, Annie. That is right. Not if you want to promote your business, your coaching, your expert practice, your whatever it is. Promotion is not for the timid. It's not for the quiet. It's not for the wallflowers. So that having been said, I'm going to talk to you about a little known piece, I guess, of the Facebook attention algorithm. If somebody who is not your friend, you have not made friends with this person, there have been no friend requests sent, no friend requests accepted, okay? If they see your content and they engage with it, Facebook will still show them new content from you, even if they're not your friend. Conversely, you have lots of friends who don't see any of your content because you haven't engaged with each other. So this idea of friends list is important, but it's misunderstood, and it is not by any means the end-all be-all of the reach of your content. What you need to understand is it's all about who looks, who watches, who engages. So thumbs ups, hearts, smiley faces, whatever emojis you give to acknowledge a piece of content, that tells Facebook you're interested. If you then leave a verbal comment, that ranks higher for Facebook, tells them you're more interested. If somebody is clever or funny or polarizing or all three of the above, and you comment on lots of their stuff, Facebook simply says you want to see more of this person's stuff. So knowing that you don't have to be friends with people in order for them to see your content, and knowing that even if you are friends with them, but there's no engagement back and forth, after a certain point, they will fall down lower in Facebook's preferences of your content, to the point where you just don't see them anymore, right? So knowing that, I want to talk to you about boosting your content. Boosting your content. Now, I love when people jump on when I talk about this and say boosting content is a waste of money. Boosting content just fills Facebook's bank accounts. Well, everything fills Facebook's bank accounts. Let's just be very clear about that. If you don't want to help fill Facebook's bank accounts, don't be on Facebook at all. It's the only way. Because what will happen is, if you're on here, you'll see ads, you'll see organic promotion, and sooner or later you'll buy something. Okay? Facebook makes most of their money off ad revenues. So it is in their best interest to keep you on platform longer, so that they have a better chance of you seeing ads that they have figured out match your interests. Make sense? So, okay. Back to boosting content. Everybody thinks that it is this bad idea, it is this waste of money, and I laugh all the way to the bank when I hear people say that, because they just don't understand. What you want to do is get your content in front of as many people as possible. It is what I would jokingly refer to as spray and pray. Spray and pray, okay? By the way, those of you who are commenting here, like Annie, I don't know if you and I are Facebook friends or not, but if we're not, and you're commenting here, Facebook will start showing you my stuff. Okay, that's how it works. So now that we know that, and we know that the game here is to get our stuff in front of as many people as possible, right? In front of as many people as possible. So the best way I know of to do that, the best, cheapest, fastest, is to pay Facebook to put it in front of people who fit what you're doing. And that's through boosting content. Boosting content. What kind of content should we boost, Manny? You should boost video content. What should that content consist of, Manny? It should consist primarily of your expertise and your personality. That's a hard one for people. Your expertise and your personality are the main things that you want to demonstrate in your boosted content. Now, here's where it gets a little complicated. On your profile, from where you cannot boost content, hey, CJ, you cannot boost content from your profile. It has to be from a page, okay? And Ross. Nice reference. So from your profile, your content does not have to focus on expertise and personality. There are actually two different tactics, two different ways of thinking about how to create content for the page where you boost content, and from the profile where you don't boost content. Just very quickly, on the page, you want to focus on personality and expertise. On the profile, you want to focus on vision, process, backstory, and results. For whatever it is you do, whatever your work is, whatever you want people to know about you, you need to speak relentlessly and tirelessly about your vision for people, for why you do what you do and what you can help people with. Your backstory, we need to know about you, or else we're just going to compare you to everyone else based on price. Your process, how do you do what you do? Just like I'm doing right now. This is my process, a little bit of it, and it's kind of mixed with my personality, right? So my personality comes through in everything because I've learned not to be in the mushy middle. So for me, I don't have to worry about the personality part anymore. But I'm showing you my expertise and I'm giving you process, okay? And then results. So vision, process, backstory, and results. That's what goes on your profile. On your page, again, it's expertise and personality, okay? You got it now, right? You're going to take this and you're going to start boosting videos and you're going to make $1 million. And then you're going to sing my praises from the mountaintops, as you frankly should, as you should, because I'm giving you the goods. CJ's taking notes. That's what I like. The rest of you guys should be taking notes too. This is how we build a personal brand. So you know what? Let me pull back to 1,000-foot view for a minute here and talk to you about a personal brand. First of all, there's only one way to build a personal brand on social media, right? And that's through your content. So you need a lot of it. It needs to have a strategy behind it. It needs to adhere to the principles I've outlined. And again, you need a lot of it. That's how you build your personal brand, which really, at the end of the day, your personal brand is nothing more than what people say, think, and feel about you behind your back, right? When you're not in the room, what do people say, think, and feel about you? That is the essence of your personal brand. So now that we've said that, I've talked a little bit about how to boost from your page or what to boost, how to make the content. I've talked a little bit about the content strategy for your profile and how they're not the same. Now, let's talk a little bit more about that. The reason they're not the same is that you can say more things on your profile than you can say in boosted content. For instance, on your profile, you can make bold claims. I can help you guys make $25,000 a month or more. I can do it. I've done it. I do it over and over again. I cannot say that in a boosted post. And if I get caught, not only will I get warnings about income claims or possibly shut down, but Facebook will also limit the reach of my content, right? They will limit the reach of my content because it sounds now promotional. So you have a lot of differences here. The page functions in one very distinct way and the profile in another very distinct way. And when you know the strategy, you can blend the two together. That's what I want you to understand here. You can blend the two together. So remember in the beginning, what I said was, it doesn't matter if someone's your friend or not really. What matters in terms of them seeing more of your content is, do they engage with the content you make? They can engage just by watching. Facebook measures that shit. They can engage by emojis, or they can engage by words. Watching is tier 1, emojis is tier 2, and words is tier 3. If you get on my content and say something, and here's what pisses off the trolls. Even if you say something negative, Facebook's going to show you more of my content, because actually they understand that controversy and conflict and drama drives the algorithm, right? It spikes engagement. Is it the right thing to do? Well, no, but that's not our call. If we want to get clients on social media, I want to teach you how to play by the rules, right? This is why polarizing personalities do so well. This is why I've stopped holding back and really sort of let my real opinionated self out. So we're clear now. Page, profile, they function differently, but they can work together. The way they can work together is that Facebook does not limit who does and doesn't see your content based on whether they're friends with you or not, right? It's a huge misunderstanding about how it works. It is engagement that drives connection and the seeing of more content. So if you like my content, if you dislike my content, if you comment on it, if you emojify it, I guess, whatever the fuck that is, or if you just watch it silently, you'll be weighted differently, but Facebook will show you more of my content. Get it? So if we can go to our page and we can boost content for really, a few bucks, it doesn't cost much, and we can get in front of hundreds of thousands of people, doesn't it stand to reason that those people, the ones who watch it, the ones who take the time to give it a like or a heart, and then the ones who comment on it, will then be shown the content, wait for it, from our profiles. Do you see why that's important? Do you guys understand why that's important? Because on your profile, you have more freedom of what you can say. You have more ability to do things like make offers. If you try to make an offer in a boosted piece of content, if you select when you boost the content, if you select any kind of an outcome that has to do with clicking a link or anything like that, or taking an action, Facebook will charge you 50 times more for it than if you just do it for audience views or video views or whatever it's called. This is a very, very important distinction to make. So we want to get hundreds of thousands of people to see us. We start on our page. We start with video content, and that video content primarily shows our personality and our expertise. And by the way, mostly our personality. We do this consistently. Consistency is the key to all marketing, whether it's organic or paid or both, right? Consistency is the key. So we do this consistently, while meanwhile executing a secondary content strategy on our profile. On our profile, the content strategy is what? Does anyone remember? It is vision, process, backstory, and results. Vision, process, backstory, and results. And we need to talk about these until we're blue in the face. We need to talk about these until we are uncomfortable because we feel like we're repeating ourselves too much. What happens is strangers see the content we've boosted. Little by little, they gain a familiarity with us. Once they gain that familiarity with us, they start paying attention more and more to what we're doing. That moves them over to our profile, because remember what I said about Facebook. They're going to show more content to people who pay attention to your content. Now you've got people in your profile. Remember at the very beginning, I said, even if you have 5,000 friends, it's unlikely you'll get 500 people to see your content. See what I've just done there? Not only have I just showed you how to get hundreds of thousands of people to see your content, but I kept a promise that I made to you. I told you I was going to tell you, and I told you. And then I just told you what I told you. So how are we tracking, folks? If you're tracking this, do me a favor, hit a whole bunch of thumbs up emojis, like just over and over and over again for a few seconds. Just let a bunch of thumbs up emojis rip across that screen. Just let them float up in loving adoration. Don't be afraid here. Don't be afraid. Somebody says tracking well. Kimberly says tracking well. Wonderful, Kimberly. To really let it rip. Because why? Well, it makes me feel good, of course. Hi, Anita. But also, what does it do to the algorithm, right? You like what I'm giving you here? If this is valuable, return the favor, by giving me engagement. Understood? Understand? Get it? Makes sense? Because I want more people to see this. Make sense? So let's see what we've covered so far. I told you that relying on your friends list for reach is challenging because the algorithm is not going to give you much reach. 2 to 3% of your friends list will typically see your content. By the way, thank you everybody for the hearts and thumbs ups. Please feel free to keep them coming. So that's great, Robert. I mean, it's all appreciated. As I said, if you rely on your friends list for the reach for your organic marketing, you're limiting yourself severely. Okay? You need to be paying attention to a page, a business page, a public figure page, whatever it is, and boosting content. The focus of the content you boost should be personality and expertise, generally speaking. Now, from there, the people who interact with that content, whether just by watching, by acknowledging with emojis, or by commenting, will see more of your content. At a certain point, another function of the algorithm is triggered, and those people start seeing your profile content. So when that happens, you have officially figured out how to get past, hey, Bob, how to get past the limitation of your profile and the reach of your profile. So you go from possibly 50 to 100 people seeing what you post to thousands. Now, this is essential for all marketing. You need a big audience to market to. And don't you think that if thousands of people are seeing your content, that you have more likelihood of making sales? Doesn't that make sense to you? Right? I also told you that on your profile, you don't want to focus so much on expertise and personality. On your profile, it's really better to basically just go around and around the mulberry bush with vision, process, backstory, and results. Content that talks about these 4 things. Now, to spice it up just a little bit, you can also talk about, let's say, 3 to 5 things that are true sort of parts of your personality. For me, I love Volvos. I love all my puppies. I love coffee. I love to throw stones at certain Goliaths, you know. Those are the things that I share publicly. And sometimes just insights and rants and things like that. But what I don't do is talk ad nauseum about every little thing. That's what I don't do. Don't want to talk ad nauseum about every little thing because it dilutes me, what my personal brand is in the mind of people who are paying attention to me. So I want to keep that tight. I want to keep it that when you think of me, Manny, you think of a very specific grouping of things. Oh, good, Annie. So we are soulmates is what you're saying. Annie has a Volvo and a dog too. My kind of girl. So hope that you are tracking this. I hope this is making sense to you. Now, here's something that's really cool. For any of you that would like to actually put this into play, you'd actually like to do this, but maybe you still have questions because it does get a little complicated. I am doing the 20,000 new person. Let's see if I can think of a sexier way to put this. The 20K audience game. I'm running the 20K audience game. I'm running a game over 10 days where I help you to get at least 20,000 people in your audience, 20,000 new people in your audience. Would that be of value to you to have 20,000 more people seeing your content? Do you think? Do you think that would be good? Give me a second. I want you to answer, please. I hope you answer. Would 20,000 or more new people seeing what you're up to be good for you. See, Ross is already in. Corey, what's up, my man? And so I'd like to invite you guys. I'd like to invite you, if you'd like to join the 20K audience game, here's what I want you to do. They'd be on Facebook, Corey. I want you to just say, tell me more. And myself or my assistant, Kimberly, will reach out to you. Okay, so just say, tell me more in the comments if you'd like to learn about the 20K audience game. Now, it takes a lot of work on my part. I'll be very clear with you on that. It takes a lot of my time. And so it does cost a little bit to join. It's not very much at all, but there is a little bit of an investment to join. So Corey, CJ, we'll make sure that you guys get spoken to. Kimberly, please reach out to Corey and CJ. Yeah, that's it. I'd like you guys, if you'd like to participate in this and learn exactly how to do this stuff, how to do it the right way, and grow your audience massively. I mean, massively. I have one video in less than a week got 1.3 million views. So if you'd like to learn how to grow your audience massively for dirt cheap, I mean, silly cheap, then all you have to do is just say, tell me more, and we'll talk about it. Hey, Bob, that's right, man. It isn't a quick return. In many, many cases, it's like that. One of the things that happens that is really cool when you start to do this process is people that you don't know and don't recognize will start coming to you out of the blue, seemingly, to find out how to work with you. This is one of the coolest things about this process. But here's what's happening. Here's what's actually happening. It takes boosting posts, Corey. It does take boosting posts. If your account is banned, we may be able to get you around that. There are some ways to get around that. I forgot what I was going to say. So, I lost my train of thought. Damn you, Corey. Oh, right. I was talking about how people start just showing up ready to work with you. What's actually happening behind the scenes, you have to remember, is people are seeing tons of your content, even though you don't know it. And you're getting thousands and thousands and thousands of people seeing that content. Make sense? And so this is why people start just seeming to show up out of the blue, ready to work with you. So look, guys, if you want to know, if you want to talk about this, tell me more in the comments, and we'll get you squared away. Okay. All you got to do is say, tell me more in the comments, and Kimberly or myself will reach out to you. Sound good? We'll show you how to make 20,000 new audience members in 10 days, or very likely even more than that. So just tell me more in the comments, and we'll get in a conversation with you and see if it's a good fit for you. Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. And that's me gone.